Hello friends, I am Ashish Naneshwar Kale, lecturer and head of Civil Engineering Department at Kekewa Polytechnic Nasi. Firstly, I want to give thanks to MSBT for giving me opportunity to work in e-content development work for mechanical engineering branch. Under this branch, we have to learn subject strength of material whose subject code is 22306. Today we have to see topic simple stress and strain. For this topic, course outcome is given by MSBT. Estimate simple stress in machine component. And under this course outcome, we have to see unit outcome 1, that is calculate axial deformation and axial stress for the given stress condition. So what we learn today? First, equilibrium and types of body, concept of stress and strain, modulus of elasticity, and axial deformation due to axial load or direct load. These are the key points to be taken out from whole this topic: equilibrium, stress, strain, modulus of elasticity, and axial deformation. Before proceeding the lecture, let's understand highlighted U, that is calculate axial deformation and axial stress for the given stress condition. We have to firstly understand concept of stress and strain and modulus of elasticity and its relationship with stress and strain. Let's see some definitions. First one is equilibrium. Any system of forces which keeps the body at rest is said to be in equilibrium. Next definition, rigid body. A solid body in which deformation is zero or so small that it can be neglected is called as rigid body. Next definition, elastic body. A body which regains its original shape and size after the removal of deformable force is called as elastic body. Next definition, plastic body. A body which does not regain its original shape and size on removal of applied force is called as plastic body. Now, concept of stress and strain. Every material is more or less elastic in the sense that when an external system of forces act on a body, it is deformed. As it undergo deformation, it set up a resistance to deformation. The resistance increases as the deformation increases, and when full resistance to the external forces is put up, the process of deformation stops. If the body is unable to put up the full resistance, the process of deformation continues until failure takes place, and that deformation is called as strain, and the accompanying resistance to deformation is called as stress. Let's see the member AB, which has a length L and axial tensile force applied on it. Due to this, there is a resistance is occurred, and that resistance is called as stress. While during this process, there is change in linear dimension. That change in linear dimension is called as strain. So, this is about concept of stress and strain. Let's see stress. Stress is defined as ratio of resistive force to cross-sectional area, and its SI unit Newton per meter square, whereas force is expressed in Newton and area is expressed as a meter square. Now strain, the ratio of change in dimension to original dimension is known as strain, and strain is unitless quantity. Now see classification of stresses and strain. There are three main classification of stress and strain. First one is tensile stress and tensile strain. Second one is compressive stress and compressive strain. And third one is shear stress and shear strain. Now see tensile stress. The stress induced in a body when subjected to equal and opposite pulls as shown in figure, as a result of which there is an increase in length, is known as tensile stress. The ratio of increase in length to original length is known as tensile strain. Now understand from figure what is exactly tensile stress and strain. The member AB is given, which consisting tensile force Pt, and that member having the length L and cross-sectional area B into D. After the application of force P, the length get increases of that member and new length is formed, that is L plus delta L, and that new length is called as strain. Therefore, tensile stress is expressed in mathematical form, that is the ratio of tensile force to original cross-sectional area, and tensile strain is expressed in mathematical form, that is change in length means incremental in original length divided by original length, whereas Pt be the tensile force on member, A be the cross-sectional area of member, delta L be the change in length, that is increment in original length of that member, and L be the length of member. Now see compressive stress and compressive strain. The stress induced in a body when subjected to equal and opposite push forces, as a result of which there is internal resistance is occurred, and that internal resistance is called as compressive stress. While as compressive strain is defined as decrease in length to original length. Let's see the figure which show member AB having the length L and compressive force PC is acting on it. Due to this compressive force, there is compressive stress and compressive strain is developed. Therefore, compressive stress is expressed in mathematical form, compressive force to cross-sectional area, and compressive strain in mathematical form, change in length to original length, whereas PC be the compressive force, A be the cross-sectional area, delta L be the change in length, and L be the length of bar. Now let's see modulus of elasticity or Young's modulus. It is denoted by capital letter E. Within elastic limit, the ratio of stress to strain is constant, and this constant is called as modulus of elasticity. It is also called as constant of proportionality. Modulus of elasticity expressed in mathematical form, it is a ratio of stress to strain, and its SI unit is Newton per mm square, kilonewton per mm square, MPa that is megapascal, GPa that is gigapascal, Newton per meter square or Pascal. Now see one small derivation regarding axial deformation due to axial load. We know that we have the formula Young's modulus, that is E is equal to stress by strain, but we know stress is equal to P by A and strain is equal to delta L by L. By putting these two formulas in the equation of Young's modulus or modulus of elasticity, we get new formula, that is PL upon AE, whereas P be the applied force, L be the length of member, A be the cross-sectional area, and E be the modulus of elasticity. Let's solve some numerical based on stress, strain, and Young's modulus. Let's see first numerical. A rod of 150 cm long and of diameter 2 cm is subjected to an axial pull of 20 kN if the modulus of elasticity of material of the rod is 2 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square. Determine stress, strain, and elongation of the rod. Draw the diagram from the given data in that numerical. Let's see step 1. List out the given data. Then find out the cross-sectional area from formula pi by 4 d square. By putting the value of diameter in that formula, the cross-sectional area become 314.159 mm square. Then step number 2, calculate stress. We have the formula P by A. P be the axial pull, which is 20 kN. That 20 kN convert it into the Newton, then the value become axial pull of 20 into 10 raised to 3, and area we already calculated in previous step. Then putting these two value, we get the stress value 63.662 Newton per mm square. Next step, calculate strain. We have the formula Young's modulus is equal to stress by strain. By interchanging the formula, the new formula become E is equal to stress upon Young's modulus. Then stress is already we calculated in previous step, that is 63.662 Newton per mm square, and Young's modulus is given in our numerical, that is 2 into 10 raised to 5. By putting these two value, we get strain value 0.000318. Strain is unitless quantity. Then next step, calculate elongation. We have formula E is equal to delta L by L, that is strain formula. By interchanging the term, we get new formula delta L is equal to E into L. E value we already calculated in previous step, and L is given in our numerical, that is 150 centimeter. That 150 centimeter convert it into the mm value, then it become 1500 mm. By putting these two value, that is strain and length value, we get delta L is 0.47716 mm. So this is all about basics of stress strain and axial deformation. Now in our next session we are going to discuss about modulus of elasticity and modulus of rigidity and how it calculate.